In this video we're going to be covering picking up a motorbike. Well, simply grab the bike, one hand on the handlebar and one on the rear of the bike around the grab handle and walk backwards. Sounds simple enough? Okay, well maybe not. That's really for only the perfect conditions in the perfect bike. So in the real world it might not be that so straightforward. The main things you need to take into account are weight of the bike. Now I'm not just talking about how much the bike weighs, but for more about where that weight is displaced on the bike. For instance, picking up a BMW F800, it's around 210 kilograms, and it can be easier than picking up my 650 Satal, and that bike weighs in 190 kilos. But the reason for this is the F800, the engine's lower down, where the oil and fluids and everything's kept, it's lower down, so it has a lower center of gravity. My Satal might be 20 kilograms lighter, but due to it having a higher center of gravity, it can actually be harder to pick up in most cases. Weight and size of the rider. So taking myself for instance, I'm not the tallest rider, I stand approximately 5'5" and weighing around 55 to 63 kilograms, depending if I went to the toilet that day or not. I also know the approximate effort that I need to exert when I'm picking up one of my motorbikes. So for the effort of science, I went to the gym and started to deadlift weights, going up in weight till I found an approximate match. So for lifting my 190 kilogram BMW, I found that it's the same effort as, well, I had to stop around 70 kilos due to being it my first time, and it could be, well, a little bit dangerous if I went higher weight than that. You need to practice form and stuff. So I can safely say I lifted above my own body weight, so that was actually easier than picking up a BMW, or in some cases my Honda CRF 250. So it's safe to say that the average weight of a male is probably around 80 kilograms, and the average weight of an off-road motorbike is around 130 to 150 kilograms, and if you've got an adventure bike, well then that's even more, around 200 plus kilograms. So you'll be lifting your own body weight in most scenarios. Shape of the bike. Walking backwards and picking up the bike is okay, but what if you don't have anything on the tail end to grab onto? A lot of these sports bikes don't have anything to grab onto. In some cases you just might have to get help, and if you're a short rider you really need a strap or something to grab onto, because you can't reach your arm underneath the bike or around the fairing to be able to get enough leverage to pull the bike up. So in a lot of these situations you just have to get help.
3, 2, 1, go.
Conditions of the rider. So for instance, if you have a bad back, you're slightly an older rider, you've got a hernia, you've got a slipped disc, if you in doubt, get help. Trying to lift a bike alone can cause further injury. If you're riding with friends, use them. Last time I checked, 3 people to pick up a bike is easier than 1. Conditions of the road. Where do you drop your bike? On a flat surface? On grass? Then you might be okay. But what if you crash on a rut, standing on, I don't know, let's say wet chalk, on a hill? That can be very hard to get the bike upright. What I tend to do is make sure the bike's in gear, apply the front brake, trying to stop it from slipping. But on that sort of situation, it doesn't matter how heavy or light the bike is, you should probably get help. How did the bike land? Did the bike land handlebar down against a tree, up against a wall where you can't even get a decent grab onto you? What if it is up against the wall? There's no way you can grab that bike and walk backwards. The only way of getting it away is probably to drag it away from the wall and spin it round. But you're not going to really want to do that on a sports bike, are you? A lot of real world conditions when you drop your bike just do not work for the conventional, oh, pick up the bike, grab it here, grab it there and walk backwards. They don't always work. If in doubt, get help. What are the conditions you found yourself having to pick up your pride and joy? Did you happen to be riding off-road, exerting all of your energy, finding yourself exhausted, unable to pick up your bike one more time? Did you happen to crash, landing on a curb, cracking a rib or two? Is the bike sitting on a sheet of ice, so there's zero grip? So the point I'm trying to make here is that although picking the bike up and walking backwards is the most preferred method, there is no exact right or wrong way to pick up a motorbike. The main way to do it is do it without causing injury to yourself. Don't put your back out or anything like that. That is the main reason that you should be very careful in picking up these heavy motorbikes. But the best method and the most definitive method that you should use, if you can, 100% of the time, is get someone else to do it. Thanks for watching this video. I thought I'd just try something new. If you want to see more of this type of video, then yeah, let me know down in the comments, and perhaps in the future I'll make some more videos with me sharing my experiences / thoughts on motorbike stuff. Yeah? Okay, well that's it really. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.